To our wonderful caregiving team at Providence Senior Living. You are watching a video about Providence's food services, policies, and procedures. After you watch this brief video, you will be asked to answer a few questions on a knowledge quiz. So pay attention. Here we go. Meal services at Providence are designed to be nutritious and also to provide a sense of family style, comfort, and socialization. A minimum of 3 scheduled meals are served each day. Meal times are 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and 6 p.m. 2 snacks daily are also served. Snack times are 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Every now and then, we conduct meal surveys to measure client satisfaction. Providence has a planned menu system with recipes for every day of the month. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. On the back of the menu are the recipes. Caregivers are encouraged to use creativity in the recipes. If you know of a better way to fry fish, then please use your creativity and express yourself in our kitchen. The residents will love you for that. If you don't know how to cook something, then just go ahead and follow our menu and our recipes. Please do not make substitutions without asking the manager's permission. And when you do make substitutions, they must always be posted so that the resident will be aware of the planned substitution. The menu provides for a variety of drinks for the residents to choose from. And these things include coffee, iced tea, lemonade, orange juice, water, and milk. We do encourage residents to drink as much water as possible. Diabetics should never be offered lemonade, orange juice, or anything else with sugar in it. We do provide artificial sweeteners in the home for anyone, including diabetics, who wishes to have them. Residents are assisted as needed with cutting up their food or even feeding them. So please be aware of what residents need their food cut up and which residents need to be fed. If someone does need to be fed, they are required to sit at the table in the kitchen, which we call the feeding table. Each of our kitchens has a feeding table, and residents who need to be fed should sit at the feeding table. The main dining table is for residents who do not need to be fed, and this is for the dignity and privacy of all the residents, and also so that all of them can enjoy their meals. We do use cloth napkins at Providence. We don't use paper towels. We don't use Kleenex, and the reason is we are trying to prevent dryer fires. What happens is residents will take napkins or Kleenex and put them in their pockets, and then those things end up in the dryer. So this is a safety habit. All residents should have their own handkerchiefs, and the cloth napkins which are used at our meals can be reused throughout the day as long as the napkins are kept with the resident that uses them, and as long as the napkins are not heavily soiled. Please make sure that you pay attention to how many glasses of water every resident is drinking each day. This is important, and it is something that we will talk about in the documentation video. Please ensure that frozen foods are thawed properly over a 2 or 3 day period, 2 or 3 days in the refrigerator. That means frozen chicken has to be thawed out 2 to 3 days in advance of it being served. So as a caregiver, you will have to look at the menu, not just for today, but for the next day and the day after. Because if there's any chicken or ground beef or anything, it's usually a meat that needs to be thawed out, you're going to have to take out the number of pieces that are going to be needed, put them in a baggie, and seal them up and store them in the refrigerator so they'll be thawed out in a couple of days by the time they're needed. This is a caregiver responsibility, and you're responsible for looking ahead and making sure that all of your thawed food is in the refrigerator at the appropriate time. Please do not thaw food in the microwave or on the countertop overnight. Another thing is that our milk is kept in the freezer throughout the month. This is so that we can have a large supply of milk and not stock out. What you need to do, though, is milk takes about 3 days to thaw out in the refrigerator. So make sure that you're monitoring your supply of milk. When it gets down to about a half a gallon, take out that next container from the freezer and put it in the refrigerator. Please make sure that your meat temperatures are cooked to the appropriate temperature, which is 160 degrees internal temperature. We do have meat thermometers in the home. Please don't serve undercooked meat, fish, chicken, pork, or turkey. We do grocery shopping once a month for dry goods and frozen goods, and those items are kept in the freezers and in the pantry. And then once a week, I purchase fresh fruit and vegetables, and these things are kept in the refrigerators. We usually keep our fruit in the refrigerators because it keeps them fresher longer. Make sure that you put love into your food. If you do, the residents will thank you for it. They will appreciate it, and you'll get an awful lot of positive feedback from the residents that you're serving. They love, food is probably the most important thing to residents, so remember that when you're preparing meals. Thanks for listening to this video. You can take your test now.